If you need any My Team grinds in any mode, hit up my boy Witty for safe, reliable, and the cheapest grinding services around. Hit him up on Twitter. You won't be disappointed. Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, I'm gonna give you all some sauce. I'm gonna talk about how I make MT from super packs and things of this nature here in NBA 2K25 My Team. It is becoming a little bit more challenging to make MT with super packs, I will say, but I still think investing is one of the best ways to make MT in My Team, investing in cards. And for whatever reason, a lot of people don't seem to really realize it, and it's something I've been taking advantage of recently to make a lot of my MT. So before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Help me push towards the 40,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. So as I talked about in my video earlier today, the market is continuing to crash because of super packs, which are making cards a lot more common. For example, Victor Wembanyama going for 600,000 MT. It's about as cheap as he has ever been. Same story with a guy like Dr. J. He's under 200k MT now. Like, you can legitimately find Dr. J for under 200k MT. And I would just, even the best pink diamonds in the game are much cheaper than they have been. So first and foremost, there are a couple of different ways to take advantage of this. The first way is if you have a lot of extra badges and stuff and you want to pick up a card who is going for cheaper than normal, badge them up and like soup them. For example, Michael Beasley, he's got 11 Hall of Fame badges, but if you look at the card, he doesn't have defensive Hall of Fame badges at all. He doesn't have Hoff Challenger, off-ball pass, pick dodger, glove, interceptor, on-ball menace, high-flying denier, post lockdown, brick wall, immovable enforcer, paint patroller, all these key defensive badges that he does not have. So if you have some of those badges on Hoff, on Legend, and you can get a Beasley for 100 and some odd thousand MT, and then you can turn him into a card that all of a sudden has 20 Hall of Fame badges and 5 Legend badges, and it's a bunch of good ones, you can go from 150k MT to a 400 or 500k MT card. I saw Beasley this morning with 10 Legend badges going for like over 600k MT. Like, if you have badges like that, you can take a pretty cheap card and make a lot of profit on it, as long as it's a really good card. Now, the only 3 cards I would do that with from the pink diamond tier and below are Dr. J, Michael Beasley, and Victor Wembanyama. I think that's about it in terms of making real profit. Honestly, I think Beasley's probably your best bet right now in terms of making profit off of that, but it really is, it can be a little bit sketchy. And also, I will say that's more effective, I think, in a lot of ways when you buy top tier cards, badging them out, like when you're buying a dark matter and then you're giving them a bunch of extra Legend badges and boosting all their Hoffs and stuff. And for example, a dark matter Gary Payton would go from, I mean, because I've bought and sold a couple of Gary Paytons actually, so that's a good example. But for example, let's say you bought this base Gary Payton for about 550 or 600,000 MT with 23 Hoffs, and you add 6 Legend badges to him. I mean, here's a good example right here. This one has 10 Legend badges and 29 gold badges. It's a lot more souped up, and he is going for 820k with an hour and a half left. This is gonna be a million MT plus card. Like, it's gonna be a lot of profit. This works even better with newer cards. The real thing that you can make a lot of MT from with super packs, hello Archer, his society wants to be in the video, is investing in cards. And that is how I have been making a lot of my MT as of late, is through investing in cards. Specifically cards that are cheaper because of the pack odds that will go back up in MT a bit toward the end of the week. I'll give y'all an example, one specific example. I'm not going to give y'all all the examples because I mean, you got to go through and figure it out for yourself to a certain extent in terms of which cards are good and which cards are not. I'm not going to tell you every single card because that would take away my benefit. But for example, Nikola Topic is a good example. I bought like 15 Nikola Topic's last week for about 2,000 MT or lower, and he is going for, and he's this, wow. I mean, great example right here. 1,000 MT right there, I'm buying that one. 1,100 MT, I'm buying that one. 1,100 MT right there, I'm buying that one too. Like, cards that are this cheap right now. You can find a lot of snipes on a lot of really good amethyst cards right now that are going to go up in price. Let's see if GG Jackson's got some up. He does. He's got a bunch of them up. But you can get some really good snipes because, for example, what happened last week is I bought a bunch of Topiches for 2,000 MT and less, and then sold them like a couple days ago, Sunday, yesterday, for like over 4,000 MT. I was making about 2,000 MT per Nikola Topic that I bought, and that made me a lot of MT. Like, that was extremely profitable. In general, honestly, you can kind of do it by theme. Like, if you look at the really good amethysts, really good diamonds, stuff like that, and you buy them super cheap, super affordable when they're available, for like, I'll snag that Max Christie right there, I'll snag a Goga. I don't have a ton of auction house space because I've already bought a bunch of cards, but a lot of cheaper cards that are going to go up as the week progresses. And you can make 1,000 MT here 1,000 MT there on cards that are going to go up in price. I'll give you another example. Lonzo Ball. I bought like 3 Lonzo Balls for less than 10,000 MT. I bet he's under 10K again. He was like 17K MT yesterday. And so I was able to sell these Lonzos and make 5, 6K a piece after auction house tax. So I go in here, I figure out how much the cheapest diamond Lonzos are going for. And it's the same story. Like right now, he's a super cheap. He's going to inevitably go up in price a little bit as the week progresses. That's how it is. Now, this becomes a little bit less effective the more they drop super packs, which is fair, but you can also get a lot of really easy snipes. Like you don't have to buy them for how much they're going for right now. You can get a lot of snipes of cards for 1,000 MT cheaper than they're going for right now. Like this one right here is 3 hours and 11 minutes. Let me see if there's any with extra Hall of Fame badges ending for around this price. Does it look like it? But like 7,900. That I'll buy it. Why not? Because I'll be able to sell them, I bet, for 12K MT in 6 days. And I will make, what, 4,000 MT on that? It all adds up. It's small profit, but it's consistent profit. And the honest truth is, let's say you don't profit. Okay, so you break even. That's fine. It's not that big of a deal. The auction house tax, these cards are going to go up a little bit, no matter what. That I can pretty much guarantee. And so they're as common as they are ever going to be on the day of the super packs. And then they become less common throughout the week, and the guys that are good, valuable budget cards go up in price. And these packs are only here till Friday. So from Friday till Tuesday, they're not in packs a lot. They go up a little bit. They're not going to go up a ridiculous amount, but you can make profit with that if you are consistent and if you are intentional. Now, don't just go buying up huge chunks of all the cards and paying too much for them. Pick and choose, find good deals, find cheap cards, and you can do it with amethyst, diamonds, pink diamonds. Just find specific good deals and pay as little as possible for cards. Get yourself snipes because they're going to be a lot more common on days like today. And like 1,200 MT for Quentin Post. That is probably a snipe. I'm not going to buy it because I don't love Quentin Post. You know, I'll buy one of them. I'll buy it. Why not? Because that's going to be 15, 16. I mean, he might be 2,000 MT by the end of the week. That'd be a 500 MT profit right there. You know what I mean? Like it all adds up, and it's annoying. It's a little tedious, but if you are a no money spent or a low money spent player and you are trying to get top tier cards without spending a bunch of money, like let's just add up of all the stuff that I just bought. If I make 500 MT on Quentin Post and 3,000 MT on Lonzo Ball and 1,000 MT on each of these cards, it could easily be more, but that's 5,000. We can make 10,000 MT from these cards that I just bought. I think pretty reasonably. I think that's totally reasonable. By the end of the week, I'll be able to make 10,000 MT. Like, you have to be careful. You only have so many auction house spots as well, so there's only so many cards you can actually invest in. But there are ways to make a good chunk of MT and make a couple 100,000 MT a week just from investing in cards, buying them, selling them, things of that nature. And it adds up over time. And I think it's a really underrated MT method that a lot of people don't think about. And now that I made a whole video on it, it's probably gonna be a little bit less effective. So people are gonna have to pick and choose more, but it is certainly a way to make MT. And if you're creative, if you're intentional, if you work the auction house, you can definitely make a lot more MT from the auction house than realistically you would probably make in the same amount playing the game most of the time, especially if you're not all that good at the game, which a lot of people aren't. And that's totally nothing wrong with that. You don't have to be super good at the game to work the auction house and make MT. That is a fact. So with that being said, I just want to drop a quick video helping y'all out. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.